This episode of Community Updates is brought to you by First Bank of Wyoming. At First Bank of Wyoming, we promise to help our neighbors be financially stronger tomorrow than they are today. As we move closer to summer, the State Health Office is relaxing the restrictions put in place by public health orders issued in March. One of the first public health orders shut down fitness centers and hair salons, but both of those industries were allowed to reopen at the beginning of May, albeit with restrictions. In Cody, the Paul Stock Aquatics and Recreation Center, which has been closed since March 18th, reopened their doors on the 6th of May. Rick Manchester, the administrator of the facility, says they've had to limit the availability of most of their equipment and offerings.
We have gymnasium open for pickleball. We have some mild ability to play basketball. The pool's open, certain number of swimmers per lane. And then the exercise in the fitness room upstairs is set up and very distance sensitive. So we have a machine in between each machine with one of them running and one of them not.
Manchester says that although patrons are grateful that the facility has reopened, they've not been very busy.
It's been on the slow side. I mean, for the weekend we had about 10 or 15 people, and last week I think we were 20 to 25 people. The thing that's we also have to consider, we can have up to 50 people in the whole building, but that counts staff, so that does limit some of that.
On the upside, Manchester says the facility has undergone a deep cleaning.
We did about all the cleaning we can do, which is going to be nice because now we will not close in August. We won't have cleaning week in August, so we'll be able to extend the season a little bit.
However, staffing levels have gone down by well over half since the closure.
We have not had to cut staff. They kind of volunteering to work or not work, and we have cleaning and a bunch of other activities to keep them busy.
Because the rec center is a city government facility, economic concerns form part of a larger picture. Manchester says their revenues are between 20 and 30% down from previous years, but membership is not necessarily suffering.
The last count was for March and April, and we had nine members wishing to cancel their membership. Everyone else we are making available to do a 2-month extension on their existing contract. So people have been satisfied that. We're still working out the logistics on how that works, but everyone's been very understanding and supportive.
Wyoming Sport and Fitness is a privately owned gym in downtown Cody. Like the rec center, they had to close their doors in mid-March, but co-owner Deb White says their facility draws a much different clientele.
The good thing about this gym is it's never crowded. So our limit for our big space is 9 people, and usually we have a half a dozen at the most. So people are pretty good already at distancing. Most of the people who come here they didn't come here to socialize. They actually came here to just like put in their earphones and work out. So it has really worked out just fine. And I think everybody's being safe, and we haven't really lost any members, except for a few people who've moved away because, they lost their jobs locally or whatever. But we just picked up a whole bunch of college kids that are home for extra time. In fact, I just got a text this morning, "Are you guys open?" So, it's going to be fine. It's just different.
White outlined the safety rules that have been put into place to allow them to open their doors.
So the rules are, of course, the number of people that can be in here, that only 9 members can be in the big space. And if you come in the door and count more than 9, you need to wait. Everybody picks up a spray bottle and a rag when they come in. They wipe up after themselves. Most people honestly want to wipe equipment before they use it, and then we're encouraging them to also wipe after they use it. And then we have extra cleaning staff in here kind of constantly. Got a social distance, can't be closer than 6 feet. And, it seems like it's working.
And White said their patrons were very glad to get back to working out.
People like to work out, and when you're stressed, working out is something you want to do even more. So, I had people who were kind of going crazy. And then the fact that the weather is still kind of crummy out, I mean, people are not being enticed to be outside. They want to be in here actually lifting weights and on the treadmill. I did have a guy call me though a couple days before, I guess we opened up May 1st. And so he called me like the day before and he said, "You're opening May 1st." And I said, "Yes." He goes, "Does that mean you'll open at midnight?" And I said, "We could activate your key fob for midnight." I was like, "You sound like you need it."
The same public order that shut down fitness centers also shut down hair salons. Kathy McIsaac has owned Texture's salon in Cody for 6 years. She says that although they were given the go-ahead to open on May 1st, she took extra precautions.
We chose to open on the 5th, and that was so that we can learn the protocols that we needed. We have a smaller salon, so we're not an individual suite. I now have the two of us and a third stylist. So there's 3 stylists right now, plus our clients, plus the 6 feet. And we just needed to make sure that we were, complying with all the regulations right now and while keeping everybody safe.
Kathy says they have a strict procedure that they follow to keep clients and staff safe.
So when a client walks in, well, first they have to wait outside. As of right now, they have to wait outside. We have hand sanitizer at the door. We have masks at the door. We ask that people come with a mask. I do have some that are available, but they're going to go very quickly. I know some salons are already out of the masks that they had available. So this is part of our regulation. We cannot do a service without our clients having masks on right now. Everybody is in their own station, 6 feet apart. Everything is wiped down. Everything that they touch, every single surface that is touched, even the pens at the front desk, everything is wiped down.
Kathy says she made her opening schedule based on the needs of her clients.
My software that I use for the salon, actually, I could pull a report and I could see exactly who was, the last one, the most in dire need of getting in. So I called those people first. And some people were without for 3 months, basically, because they needed to get in as soon as we closed. So the haircuts that we've seen this week have been, we probably could have had a contest of how long their hair was.
But as a salon owner, Kathy says it was hard to lay off her employees.
If it was just me, it's a different scenario. But I have girls that, I don't want to lay them off. I don't know if and when that unemployment's going to come in, if they're going to get their stimulus check. There's so many different factors there, and now I laid them off. So that was a gut punch. I was able to get the PPP loan, so that did kick in. So thank you, Pinnacle Bank, for helping us out. And they're back on payroll again, and I do have more employees coming. So I'm really excited for what the spring is going to offer, as long as we stay open. Yeah.
Tara Posey works for the hair company just a few blocks away doing both hair and nails. She says they opened their doors the day after the governor's announcement and made the necessary changes immediately.
According to state regulations, all people have to come in with masks. We are required to wear masks. We have to sanitize our stations and areas that people have touched numerous times through the day. And just, be courteous to the other customers of trying to keep our 6-foot distance. We can only have 1 customer per stylist in. Our waiting room cannot be open for people to sit and wait, and we cannot take walk-in appointments. They have to make an appointment.
As a stylist, she says it was challenging to suddenly have her livelihood shut down, but she says she chose to view the time off as an opportunity.
I think it's good for everybody to get a little bit of gratitude and humbleness in situations like this. So, it gives you time to reflect on things that are actually really important, and it's not always money.
However, Tara says the economic hit was tough.
I did not work for 6 weeks, so there was 6 weeks worth of income I did not get. Luckily, the government has put up assistance for self-employed people. And so, that's now starting to play. You can apply. So none of us really know how much we're going to be getting from that yet. That's still just out there. But anything helps for anybody.
Tara says her clients were very excited to come back to the salon.
My phone started ringing the day that the governor spoke. And so I started calling all of my customers at that point and putting in 10-hour days and, get everybody in.
Are you still doing 10-hour days?
Not as much. I'm back to more like 8 or 9. But there's still a few days, you just have to try and help get everybody in. Everybody was overdue.
Although the new regulations are somewhat restrictive, Tara expressed her respect for the tough decisions that have had to be made by health and state officials.
They're working hard. There is no right answers. There really isn't. There are people above them that are giving them guidelines that they have to try and follow. There's too many people involved, and you can't please everybody. Do I like wearing a mask 10 hours a day? No, I don't. But it's not forever. And if it's for public safety and the safety of my clients, then I will do it. I will totally do it.
Thanks for tuning in to another Community Update. First Bank of Wyoming is proud to be your community bank. To find out how First Bank of Wyoming can help you or your business, please visit their website at www.gofirstbank.com. If your business would be interested in sponsoring these conversations with local community leaders, please contact me at 307-899-2799 or email me, wendy@wanderwyoming.com.